welcome back to the channel. I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you've been here before, you probably know that I got myself a film camera. And you also probably know that the main purpose of this camera is actually to take highlights of my season. Like one roll of film for the entirety of the season, for example, winter. So I actually finally got my first film developed. This is my first ever film roll developed. I want us to go through the photos together and just tell you like a little bit of backstory on each photo. So when I got it back, so I actually had it like printed as well as retrieved the negatives back as well. Yeah. So these photo is actually when Brad and I went on a movie date. Like we haven't gone on a date for such a long time because I think that our schedule was like opposite each other with our day off. So we haven't like had our mommy daddy date in a long time. So this is that one. So we were able to go to the movies, and there's a picture of Brad taken by me during that day. So this is for my spring roll for the entirety of spring, but because I got that camera in August, which is technically still winter, but I was so excited to use it, so I had like the beginning of these include some of winter shots, but I'm calling the entire thing as winter. And this photo of Sandra and I, this is the awards night in the company we worked at, and we asked Bernice, which is like the PA cleaner in the building that we work together, to take a photo. She's like quite old, so I was actually worried because when I was like, oh, I don't know who's gonna take a photo of us, and then she offered herself, like I couldn't like turn it down. And then when she was taking a photo, like her hands were like shaking, you know, because she was old. So I was actually worried that the photo would come up blurry, but it turned out to be like my favorite photo of the roll. I think I love that photo. Okay, next on our highlight is me getting my XT50. So I bought, which is the one I'm using right now, I bought that baby on the August of the 29th. It's just me admiring my baby. Next photo is Sandra and I when we went on our first photo walk. So she went with me just to try the camera. You know, I just had the camera. I wanted to like test it out, see how much I'm gonna love it. I love it. But after a while, we got hungry after doing like a photo walk, and we ended up going to this Italian place that actually shoot one of the best photos I took with the XT50 as well. That's that. This photo, so Brad and I were in Starbucks. The matcha drink is mine. We ended up going to Starbucks because I got a ticket for the Dracula show that starts at 7:30, and I finished work at 5. So it was a little bit like the timing is a little bit off for us to go home and then go back to the city to watch the show when we're already close by. So we just decided to meet after work, and then so we went to Starbucks to spend some time talking and things like that while we wait for the show. And then next photo is a photo of us when we were already in the theater. You couldn't really see the background much because it's all black, but it was actually the Dracula show. So the venue was all red, and I wanted to ask the person behind us to take a photo of Brad and I, just so you can see the stage as well. There was no one sitting behind us, and then there was like someone sitting the row before us, so like the one next to the one with no one sitting. I wanted to ask those people to take a photo of us, but then Brad's like, no, don't do it. So I ended up doing just like a selfie shot, which ended up getting this photo. Brad said, oh, let's do a retake because my double chin is like showing on that photo, but you know, we couldn't really tell because it's film. So we did a retake. So this is the retake of that photo, but as you can tell, this shows my double chin. Anyway, and then during the winter time, the sky was actually like really pretty. Every time I go home after work, it was like really lilac and orange. So I wasn't sure how the photo was gonna turn out, so I decided to take a photo of the sky when I got off the train, and I actually was able to capture how beautiful that sky is that time. So I'm really proud of that photo as well. So this photo is me and Ali. So this is the time that I was trying to pitch my work to this photography company and I needed someone to model for me, and she was so happy to do it for me. So her and her boyfriend, kudos to you guys. So, and we haven't seen each other in a while, for like, let me say like maybe 3 years since the last time we saw each other. So that's her and me. We went to the cafe, and when we were like kind of waiting and things like that, I asked her boyfriend if she could take a photo of us. So yeah, that's us catching up. And then the next photo is Chloe and I. So it's pretty much the same thing. I asked Chloe if she could model for me for my portfolio that I was gonna pitch to that company. And then afterwards, Chloe and I went for dinner. So you can see I actually went immediately after work. I came to see her. So I look like shit. And Chloe's also pretty. And I was able to capture a lot of my favorite photos from that day as well. Thank you, Chloe. So the next photo is another mommy daddy date from us. So Brad and I went to the city and we had this really yummy beef tataki and yummy guy here. But yeah, I took a photo of Brad just so I could remember my point of view whenever we go on dates. And then Brad took a photo of me. But Brad hates it when I do this, but I asked the waitress if she could take a photo of us. So this is us there. So we went to this Japanese restaurant called Harajuku Gyoza, something like that. And then after that meal that we had, they was selling this like ice cream thing. I thought it was an ice cream, but it was just like a red like bean paste. It was disgusting, but it looked so pretty. And then the next one is a picture of Lucia and I. So Lucia, she's my co-worker, and she was one of like the people that's kind of like pushing me in photography. And then she told me that they're having this like mini picnic reunion with friends that they haven't seen in a long while. So she asked if I'm happy to take a photo of them. And I had like such a great time. I was shy at first. I came there and then I took a photo of everyone, and they also fed me so much. But I asked one of her friends to take a photo of us just so I could remember that day. So that's a photo for that one. This photo is, I remember now. So this photo, I was gonna have my period, like close to having my period, and I really was craving of like meat. And then I came home from work, and then Brad surprised me of steak. So he was cooking us some steak, vegetable. He was actually teaching me how to cook because I told him so next time I could cook it for us. So he's cooking the steak for our meal. Next photo, this one is the Mantra people. So if you guys don't know already, like Brad and I met in Mantra. So we used to be co-workers, and then shortly after I left and I'm in this new company, and then Brad left too, but Brad stayed a little bit longer than me. So there were people that I didn't really work with, but I met when I visited Brad at work. So this is basically them. There's still Noah and his girlfriend here, but for some reason the stranger that we asked to take a photo of us cropped those couple, but they were there. And then they were getting smashed. Like, I don't drink alcohol anymore. They were doing this shot, so everyone was doing a shot, and I decided to take a photo of it. I was actually really worried because with these films I had the Kodak ColorPlus 200, so my ISO was just 200, and I was worried that the photos would come out really underexposed. Especially, it was really dark. It was really dark in this venue, and I didn't know how powerful the Mju's flash was, but all of the photos came out really well. So after we had the dinner, we ended up doing karaoke. So the next two photos is just like Ina holding the karaoke remote, and then Andy and Noah couple was like singing. It was such a fun night. And then we asked the attendant to take a photo of us. Noah and his girlfriend got cropped a little bit again, but yeah. And then this one photo, Brad and I decided we haven't had the beef pie. That was like really, so there's like this bakery really close to our house, and we really love this curry beef pie that they have. So one morning we woke up and they were like, "Do you want to get a beef pie?" And I was like, "Do you want to get a beef pie?" So we ended up getting a beef pie, and then I just took a photo of him buying that beef pie for us, because whenever he does, I'm actually not there because I stay at home. So this is one of the rare moments that I actually do walk with him to get it, and I just wanted to remember that, so I took a photo of that. Next photo is almost Halloween time. So when we went to the grocery, we saw this really cute pumpkin and like a cauldron mug. I love cauldron and wish things, and I really like the pumpkin because it's pumpkin, you know, like pumpkin. I didn't want to spend money on it, but Brad said I could get it, so it's really happy that I got them, and I was so excited. So after getting this one, I've been eating a lot of my meals on my pumpkin bowl. It was non-negotiable. I have to eat everything on my pumpkin bowl. So Brad took a photo of me eating first meal on my pumpkin bowl. Unfortunately, because I thought it was morning, so I didn't put the flash on, and Brad moved a little after taking the shot, so kind of like did the shutter drag there. Next photo is Sandra, Ina, and me. We actually went karaoke earlier before the dinner, and then we got really hungry afterwards, the karaoke, so we ended up going to this Korean place, and yeah, just talk shit and yeah. Next photo is Brad got me flowers. So when Brad and I first met, he told me that he wasn't really the type that buys flowers because he thinks it's a waste of money. But this day was actually our Mako day, and when I coming home from work, you can tell I'm still wearing my uniform. When I got off the train, I saw Brad waiting there with like a big bouquet of flowers. So that's so sweet. So I come home and I was like, I gotta document it, because I actually don't carry my film camera with me all the time. I only carry it when I know that I have to take a photo of something, but this was a surprise, so I wasn't able to take a photo of him waiting by the train station with the flower. But when I came home, I was like, we gotta take a photo together with the flower. So I was really happy with that. Love you. Okay, next photo. So I got this obsession with film cameras now, and I got myself a Fujica half, which is a half frame camera, as you can see at the back as well. It was such a good deal. It was just $50, and the camera was like still at a very nice condition, similar to how I got my Olympus. And I'm still doing my test roll with it, so I still have like 36 shots left in there. We'll see how that photo goes, and I'll probably do a review for the Fujica half as well. But I wasn't able to take a photo, but I pretty much fucked up half of the film roll, but I'll explain that on the video I'm gonna make soon. But yeah, I bought myself another film camera, which is a half. Mainly want to use this for birthdays, travel, like anything that I feel like I wanted to take more photo than one, because at the moment my Olympus, I usually most of the time just take one photo per event, you know, mostly I think. Okay, next shot is when I was at the dinner with Sandra and I in the Korean barbecue one, they mentioned that they can bring a +1 for this show. So Sandra ended up bringing me as her +1. I watched their show last year when I was still working at that property, and I was able to watch this show, and it was good. I was able to take one of the photos, like best photos that I really like as well that I've taken. And the show was funny. It was actually funnier than last year's. And so I took one with just me, and then I decided like, oh, let's take a photo of the three of us, because why not? And then after the show, we went to have dinner really close by. It was like a Vietnamese restaurant. So Ina actually took her brother with her, so I wasn't able to ask the waiter to take a photo of us on the dinner because they were so busy. So after we paid and everything, I asked the cashier if he could just take a quick photo of us, and that's that. So I needed to do, so this photo is Sandra and I again. So we went on dinner. This was after we did the photo shoot, because I needed to do a behind the scenes video for the photo shoot that I'm doing. The photography company that I signed contract with, they just needed it for the marketing purposes. So I asked Sandra if she could model for me, and she did. Thank you. And then afterwards we had dinner. So as you can tell, I'm wearing my uniform again, and I look so stressed and haggard. I'm like a cartoon character, you know? Basically in all of these photos I was wearing just like my work uniform. Okay, next photo. Brad and I went on a date again. So we actually went to Yochi to get like the ube flavored Yochi, and then I took most of that photos on my Fujika half because we were trying it on. But like I swear, I think I lost pretty much half of the roll on that camera because I messed up. Long story, but I messed up, so probably lost that photo. But after the Yoji, I was really craving some meat again, and we were thinking of going to that place that we went to for my birthday. Oh no, his birthday, because we're gonna be probably spending the same amount of money, but they don't open until like 6:30, I think. It was so early, and then Brad was like, oh, I don't want to wait that long, and I was like, oh, okay. So we ended up going to this like Korean place. It was good. We were actually like really full. We spent so much money, but I had a good time. And yeah, Korean barbecue. So we ended up having Korean barbecue. Okay, next photo is another craving of mine. So Brad and I haven't had like the same day off in a long time, because Brad have day offs on the weekdays and I have the weekends off. But luckily there was like a shift in my schedule for some reason, and then I had like the same day off as his. So we wanted to spend some time together and do a movie night, like binge watch some movies. And this is the day where I fucked up that roll of film. But anyway, so we wanted to watch some movies, and I really love charcuterie boards while we like snack on while we watch. So Brad made me some charcuterie boards again. He makes the best ones, I swear, and it always gives me like that funny cute feel. So cute. But I love that photo. And then on the side, he also made me some salmon, because he knows I love fish, and I barely eat fish because he's allergic to it. And he got me some mussels as well, and took all the middle, like the tongue out. That's so sweet, right? I took a photo of this, me, you can tell. And then the last two photos, this is like very similar. I didn't expect these photos to come out well because it was really dark in the venue. And then, as like I said, it was like 200 ISO. It was really dark in the venue, and I was worried because the guy that I asked to take a photo of us, he kept walking like backwards, like far away, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know if like the flash could actually, you know, work. So I was actually prepared for these last few photos to be like underexposed, but I think they turned out well. So this is Amanda's. So Amanda used to be my front office manager. So this is her supposed to be goodbye party. Well, technically her goodbye party still. She's just moving to a different property now, but she was supposed to be leaving the company. So this is her goodbye party, as well as congrats to Brad, because they'll be working together the new property. So I had one more shot left. I was planning to take a photo of Brad and Amanda together for the last shot, but Brad was getting shy, so I was like, okay, let's just do another group photo. So after that, everyone kind of like, after the dinner, everyone kind of started leaving, and then there was like a couple of people left, so I just asked to take another group photo. Yeah, and then I got my negatives. So yeah, that's my spring highlights. I'm really happy with all of how the photos come out, and I'm so excited for summer. Bye bye guys. Thank you for watching.